Hey YouTube, so we're on to the second video in Project Proteus, and what I'm going to be doing for you today, now that all the bits are cleaned up, is assembling the main sort of body of the tank, just to give you an idea of how it goes together. For those of you that have built Forge World tanks before, I'm going to imagine that they are all pretty similar, but this is my my first Forge World tank. And as usual with most things from Forge World, their idea of instructions is the parts list and a very dark printed completed photo, and they expect you to get on with it. So as per the normal Forge World instructions, not too great, but you know, we do what we can with what we've got. So the main hull of the tank is assembled as your two track pieces, which on the inside has some lovely detailing across them. The inside of the, don't know if I can get it to be seen there, of the actual doorways up and into here have got the flooring, same as the inside of the actual tank floor plate. So if you wanted to model it with the doors open, it's something that you've got a little bit of detail inside. For me, I'm doing doors closed. So inside of the track pieces, you've got this little rung here that you can model things about, and it's always a good idea to dry fit things together, just so you can get an idea of how things actually fit. So your floor plate with the actual floor detailed fits into there. So little cut section there into that to give you that kind of impression there. You have the actual roof section of the tank. That's my phone going off in the background, which again fits onto its sections there. Front and back is where the fun part comes in. So front of the tank, got the grills there, slides in, or it should slide in like so, and then rear section, angle it in that way with that little clip which fits into, pop that open, little recess in the top there, so that would clip in like so. Ooh, he says as he can't get it to clip. And then of course you have your other tank section on the top there. So that would be the main body of your tank together. So once you have a rough idea of how it fits in, that's when you need your glue. So super glue for resin, and I've got to say, as much as Games Workshop do some good kit, massively overpriced as some of it is, I have always found with resin, or with Forge World resin, because it's quite heavyweight, quite chunky, that the Games Workshop's thin super glue, it's just too watery, too thin, and you can't get a decent enough contact to hold. What I use for Forge World, which has still got a price sticker on it there, let's get rid of that, just from one of our local modelling shops, does things like dolls' houses and the like, but it's pretty good. Nice and thick glue, 0.45 second cure, or 45 second cure, whatever they want to say it is on there. So I use this in combination with a spray activator. Let's take the price tag off the top there. Absolutely great. So you put your super glue bits together, give it a bit of a spray, instant cure, no mess, no fuss. So that's how the actual main body of the tank goes together. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera because it's a pain for me to work around the tripod, and I'll do a couple of like shots as it's going together. So 2 ticks guys, let me have a bit of a fiddle and then I'll start recording again. Okay, so first 2 sections are in, just to pick it up and show you. So floor plate, like I was saying, has that Lovely little bit of cast detail, so you can actually, like I said, model it from the side if you wanted, doors open, and have that lovely shot through the corridor there to the actual plate on the inside of the tank, the actual underside of your Land Raider. So first bit's in. Next bits are going to be the front housing and the top chassis, the roof section. Let's have a look at that one. So, all into one piece. All glued, all sorted. Pretty nice cast, very few gaps. Goes in quite nicely. Sits well. Yeah, the camera has a bit of a motion track on the zoom, sorry about that. About the shake anyway. So, yeah, nice easy build, the main body. And you know, I said about dry fitting to work out how everything goes together, and how Forge World's instructions are sometimes a little bit on the vague side. Well, in my infinite wisdom and ultimate excellence, I missed a step, because I'm cool like that. If you look at the front plate of the Land Raider, you will notice that this front grille here is ever so slightly off to this side, which is fun. On the inside of the track there, you can see that little recess and a mounting bolt there. Same again on this side, because in the parts list there are, let's see what they're referred to as. They are referred to as left and right road wheel housings, which are these lovely bits of kit, conveniently with an L and an R on them, and these little magical bits of plastic with that little nibbon on the back fit into that recess there, rotate down onto that little fitting plug, and should brace up against there. And as you can see there, probably that one doesn't brace, has a bit of a gap. This side, because it's a little shuffled over, is a little bit tight to get in. So not the end of the world for me, it's not a massive thing to model around. A little bit of green stuff to pack the gaps out and it will be fine on this side. Shave that little bolt off, it will be fine on to the side. If anything, it's just really annoying. So go back and amend my first step to pop these little bits of resin onto your side plates before you do this rest of the tank. Amused comments below. I'm expecting plenty of abuse from Brian in particular. So I'm going to do that for you now, and the modelling, not the abuse. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to put on the engine block onto the back of the tank, just to finish off the body at the back there. I might put the actual stacks onto the engine as well. Definitely not the Aquila with the you know, way this one's going to go. I don't want the Aquila popping on there. And that's going to be the basic assembly of the body of the tank. Next thing that I'll be doing after that is the las cannon sponsons. I have actually done a proper dry fit of these, and I know how these go together. And Forge World have been really clever in the way they've cast these, in that while I'm going to magnetise mine to make them removable and movable, even if you don't magnetise them, they're captivated in. So as well as turning through that angle on the sponson, they will also go up and down and rotate. So yeah, giggly comments below. I'm going to do the engine block now. Back in a tick. So, quick bit of modelling down, and those parts are in there. At the moment, I can't be bothered to fill that gap tonight. I'm going to go around it with green stuff and just plug the holes probably tomorrow night, because at the moment I'm just not feeling it. So back of the tank and engine block. What I foolishly forgot and did before I showed you again, when this was cast, and this confused me when I was doing the dry fitting, this part here is cast with two little bits of flash that come out like that, and I spent a while going, it doesn't fit, oh, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Cut the flash off, it pops in there and it fits fine, meets up there. Bottom ports for the exhaust vents that come out and down back onto this part of the back plate here. Top ports for obviously the vents, and yeah, that's that. So we stick that together and then run through a quick video of the whole thing in one piece. Okay, so engine blocks on, vents through to the back plate, and exhaust vents on the top. The Land Raider Proteus, basic shell construction, is complete. So I'm going to take some green stuff to fill the gaps in the plating. Well, not that you're going to see it really because it's under there. I might actually skip that part and just cover it in weathering powder and mud. I've got to do something about that gap there because that will annoy the hell out of me. But otherwise, it's gone through really well. There's not many gaps at all. The cast's really good, and it's going to be a beast. Just looking at the dimensions, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's going to be taller than the actual Land Raiders." I don't think it is. I don't actually have any other Land Raiders. I've only got one other tank, and it's a Rhino. So what I will do is, once this is all built, painted and sorted, is I will half-inch one of the original plastic kit Land Raiders Mark 1s from Matt and his Iron Hands, who you might have seen, Fleshed Terrors 01. I will half-inch a Land Raider from Templars Crusade 01's, either his Imperial Fists or his Black Templars, just to give you an idea of the size comparisons. But otherwise, that's it. All done for this one. That's the second part of Project Proteus. Chat to you later, guys. Have fun, play safe, and I'll see you soon.